Today, I would like to begin with round 15. The title of today's lecture is The Various Supernatural Abilities. A spiritual competent person has some various supernatural ability, and at this lecture I will explain the spiritual judgment, clairaudience, automatic writing, automatic drawing, reps, and levitation. First of all, I wish to tell you about the materialization phenomenon. Materialization phenomenon. It's difficult to pronounce. When a psychic medium makes a soul into a real shape that is the same complexion and body of the past life with the material called ectoplasm, then we call it the materialization. Concerning this phenomenon, there is a report called the Kitty King's Last Moment, which was made by Crocus, a professor of Cambridge University of England. The next passage is the synopsis of the report. Mr. Crocus wrote an article about a 15-year-old psychic medium girl, Florence Cook, and an experiment. A materialized soul, which was made by the manipulation of Cook, was named Kitty King, who was the daughter of the famous Henry Owens Morgan, who was the appointed Governor General of Jamaica 300 years ago. The materialized soul waited on a 3-month-old daughter of Crocus as if it were alive. Now I will tell you about the dimension. When we consider the world on the point of mathematics, a point is the dimension of 0, a line is 1, a surface is 2, and a solid or cubic thing is the dimension of 3. We can presume that each living creature living on each dimension may find it very difficult to understand one step higher dimension. For example, an ant that moves on a string will move only on the string from one end to the other. When we put the ant on a sheet of paper which has 2 dimensions, it will move only on the surface of the paper, for it cannot perceive the cubic space. Likewise, the humankind who lives on the earth, composed of 3 dimensions, finds it very hard to understand the 4th or 5th dimension, for they are invisible to him or her. It is said that the space of the universe, which we see every day, is made up of 10 dimensions. It is a scientist's theory of the earth, and so the universe can have 20 or 30 dimensions. In reality, the book 2012년 지구차원 대전환과 천상음의 시절, The Great Change of the Global Dimension in 2012, and The Message from the Heaven. This book is 지구차원 대전환과 천상음의 시절. This book says that the universe entered the 12th dimension at the end of 2012. The unified field theory, which was first made by Einstein, developed into the great unified field theory, and it developed into the super great unified field theory. And the recent theory that took great attention from scientists is the superstring theory that is made by Schwartz and Green. The superstring theory, in which the string theory and the supersymmetry theory are combined, is the theory of 10-dimensional universe. The theory tells us that the basic element of material and energy is not the infinitely small point, but string. Scientists speak well of this theory greatly, 4. It can be compared with the birth of the theory of quantum mechanics, 양자역학 in Korean, or Einstein's theory of relativity, 상대성 이론 in Korean. In other words, this superstring theory may be the theory of everything, TOE, theory of everything, 만물의 이론 in Korean, or the super great unified field theory, 초대 통일장 이론 in Korean, 초대 통일장 이론. In the superstring theory, scientists use the universe made up of 10-dimensional small things, which make 1 meter when they make a mathematical calculation is 10 times, 10 times, 10 times, etc. Likewise, the calculation goes on 33 times again. In other words, at the beginning of the Big Bang of the universe that consisted of 10 dimensions, there's a 9-dimensional space and 1-dimensional time, had all the same level or value of the dimensions. However, as the universe has expanded, only the 3 dimensions have expanded and the other 7 dimensions have been shut in the area of minus 33 times of 10, just like the unbloomed flower. In this minute area, all the things in the universe exist as the one-dimensional dance of the string in the 10-dimensional universe. Here, what we pay attention to is that the universe is composed of the lots of dimensions, whether it has 10 or 9 dimensions or not. For example, let's consider the 4th dimension. First of all, this concrete world is made up of material too, but it consists of minute particles, and it has a sort of high frequency different from the third world frequency. As a result, this world, which is duplicated with the third world, is quite invisible. How about thinking of our soul or astral body as this sort of 4th dimensional material? The reason why we can think of this astral body as a sort of material is that the shape is invisible to a special, the shape is visible, not imperial, the shape is visible to a special competent person or a clairvoyance competent person who can see a ghost concretely, and furthermore, it appears apparently in the spiritual photos. In the movie Unchained Melody, which was put on the screen a long time ago, some astral bodies appear in various scenes as if they were alive, and this fact tells us that the knowledge and the spiritual science of the original writer of this movie is quite exact and deep. The theory that the universe is composed of lots of dimensions makes us think it possible to suppose that the afterworld is made up of preliminary afterworld, heaven and hell. Likewise, it makes us think it possible to suppose that Buddhists' 33 heaven, or Catholics' heaven, hell, and purgatory, or the multi-dimensional afterworld of nearly all the religions really exist. Therefore, the third dimensional starry world is duplicated with the wider 4th and 5th or more dimensional world. Now, I wish to tell you about the clairvoyance. It is a phenomenon that a person with the ability of seeing ghosts can sometimes see the things belong to the afterworld or the 4th dimensional world when he is half awake or completely awake. It is that the person who disciplines himself with the skill of Dan can see the things which are on the other room that's covered up by a wall. This phenomenon is quite different from telepathy, which makes a person perceive something in another place. That is, he does not feel or perceive, but watch the real things beyond the world. Historically, there is an episode of Swedenborg, who was a famous scientist of Sweden. When he was 71 years old, he reached a small harbor city, Göteborg, that was 420 kilometers away from Stockholm, so as to participate in a friend's dinner reception. At the place, he told the dinner participants about the great fire in Stockholm very vividly, and the next morning he told it to the Governor General of the region. His utterance coincided with the report of the messenger completely, and he became very famous at once. There are other examples of clairvoyance, like the examples of watching a ghost, and this is the phenomenon that an extraordinary person sees the ghost at a very particular time. At a very particular time. The case of Swedenborg mentioned above is called Charlian in Korean, Charlian, because in this case one can see a thing from more than Charlie. One knee is about 4 kilometers. And so, Chunni is about 4,000 kilometers. But in English, both Charlian and Pacific Coasty, insight, or 투시력 in Korean, 투시력, are called clairvoyance. It is said that concerning the method of Dan or mind control, if a person trains himself again and again, he can see through other person's body. And it is a phenomenon in which he can see the diseased part with his eyes closed. With the eyes closed.